Okay. All right. Am I in the right one now? Are y'all over here? I, I think so. Where the hell is my Oh, there it is. For crying out loud. I don't know what happened. StreamYard just went blank on my side. Like I couldn't see chat, nothing. Shit. I found it. There's so many. I will stalk you. Okay, so I can't go to Duchess. She has me blocked from that stuff with that happened when I was abroad for Benny. I don't know. I can't go to her lives. So like I can't even see her when she's in your lives. Unless she's on panel. Damn, maybe we can get other people back in here. I don't know what happened. StreamYard is a boost. Maybe I ran out of my hours. That's the only thing I can think of. But I thought I ended the live too. Yeah, when I that happened with Benny, I lost a lot of people. But it's okay because if that's how they react on something that they don't know the full story behind, then I'm good. Like without even talking to me, you just listen to what is told to you. So I just can't deal with people like that. Like literally didn't even give me a chance to explain anything. So it's like I don't care. I'm doing fine. The ones that stuck by me through it all, they my little riding dies. Oh shit, it never ended. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm back. Yeah, and I have no problem with it. Like I just just it's just I don't know. We'll have to talk about that offline. I really don't want all that up here. I don't want to go through that crap again. I've been good for the year. Like, it's been a year since I've stopped talking to all of them, or they all stopped talking to me. Obviously, not missing much on either them nor me. So, to each his own. Let live and be well. But that's it. Like, they're bad, my bad. I don't know. But anyway, so the two stories I've been following from my Spotify podcast that I'm going to do and the new channel is I don't know if you guys ever heard of Jordan Rodriguez. I mean, yeah, Jordan Rodriguez out of Cleveland, Ohio, and then Dakota Com no, yeah, Dakota Collins out of Dayton, Ohio. I'm already subbed to you. I thought you were going on. Who? What are you talking about, sugar? Yeah, both stories are really, really sad. They're as much as I try to get away from the kids, I can't. But these two weren't. They never went missing or nothing like that. They were just unalived by their asshole parents. So I'm gonna do them two podcasts over there. Um, Welcome back, Miss Pam. So yeah. Oh yeah, he was talking about Duchess decisions, or I don't know if she changed her name or what it is. I just her name used to be Duchess Decisions or Discussions. One of the Duchess Discussions. She's a really sweet person, y'all. I mean, no matter what happened with me and them, I would never, 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 never try to sway you away from going to another great creator. And she happens to be one of them. She's just like Arctic. She's on top of all the missing people. Um, she's a sweetheart. She really is. Like when you talk to her, she is a really sweet person. Um, I met her at the first Summer's Day last year. But yeah, go ahead and sub up to her, y'all. Like, go watch some of her content, like it. I'm happy for her. I think so, yeah, because I can't see her when she's in Arctic's chat unless she's up on the panel. It's okay though. I'm fine with it. Did you see the fuckery, Leonie? No, I haven't. Literally got on and made the notification for this. I haven't seen nothing. Probably the same way they did me, only for different reasons. Which was wrong because Duchess did a lot for them. She did a lot. Does she still hang out with Libby? They all turned on that Mama Sita Alicia. They all turned on Penny. They all turned on, I don't know, there's a lot of people that they turned on, a lot of people that they're friends with. So I don't know. A lot of friends, a lot of people they weren't, they are. A lot of ones that they were, they're not. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not involved in none of it no more. I never really was that far deep into it with them as per se Duchess was. I didn't know a lot of the stuff that was happening. I was just a mod in the chat. And that's all I know. Are you talking about Duchess or Penny? I got exiled from Discord right at that was the first thing that I got exiled from. I didn't, although I kept my wrench for probably about a good 3 months after everybody turned on me, and they didn't realize it. So, literally could have went in there and done some fucked up shit. But see, my Discord is different than what everybody else uses it for. I literally use it for cases. Maisie can tell you, you can go in there and find just about any case I have ever talked about will be in there. Cases that I didn't talk about are in there. Like, it's all about the cases. It has nothing to do with our personal lives or nothing. Like, I'm not saying that you can't, like all my mods, if they want, they can have their own channel that only they can go into. I'm the admin, so therefore I can go into it, but I don't. That's their channel to do what they want on it. But yes, I did. I saw that first thing this morning. I think they found her. Well, they found her. She showed up 2 days after at her mom's house. 2 days after she went missing at her mom's house. She's in, I think, University of Alabama's, um, University of, I don't know, UAB, whatever hospital that is right now. So I'm very grateful that she was found. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I saw a lot of different creators saying it's something new that with this stuff that happened to her, the infant crap. It's not new, y'all. They were using it. They were using it. This is a toddler. I've never seen the toddler one. I've seen them use infant car seat, an infant, somebody laying on the side of the road. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know exactly, but like I said, my Discord is different than everybody else's. I don't. It's not somewhere where we go and talk shit about people. It's not. I don't do that anyway. Um, Hello, Kirst. Yeah, I was kind of. I'm kind of on your side with that one. I was thinking that there seems a little fishy to me. It was, and that's what they have been doing that for years. Like the baby's car seat was a decoy. The baby in the car seat was a decoy. They would leave it on the side of the road when somebody stopped to check to see what it was. They grabbed them, took the car, whatever. Yeah, I believe it was. I believe it was either that or what Kerr said. Like I think she might have just disappeared on her own accord, and when she realized that it was a big outlook for her, maybe she decided to come back and like, damn, I fucked up. I don't know. You're good. I don't expect anybody to join my Discord. I like my Discord. Actually, let me rephrase that. I've got to make another Discord because I am no longer admin in my Discord because I locked myself out of my original profile. So I had to make a new one. But so one of these days I'll eventually get everything moved over. It only took me like 3 years to get everything in there, right? Yeah, what did somebody call her into the woods? I don't know. People do some crazy shit and they keep doing crazy shit. Uh, okay, my thing is not working. Let's see. Okay, haven't seen it cursed. Only heard about it. Um, Somebody had a video about it. I can't remember who it was. Like a complete video of her seeing her from her CCTV camera. She on the right, put a toddler on the interstate road just to get someone stopped. Take the chance that baby being killed. You're right. You are right, Miss Pam. But it's been people have been doing it for years. On the what? It makes no sense to supposedly see a toddler, yet she kept driving on the berm. Yeah, we should find out sometime soon about it. But I don't know. Like, I just think there's something sketchy about that. That's like that one 16-year-old that supposedly went missing from Durham, North Carolina. As soon as I heard about that, I told Arctic that I thought there was something sketchy about that one. Really sketchy. I don't know. For some reason, only that one girl just looked like she would do something like that. Now, the one that from the Carly girl, I don't think she looks like that type of person. But maybe she was just really overwhelmed with shit. I don't know. Cause oh, okay, I got you. I was thinking Brim at first, but now I do say it's kind of sketchy, but like I said, there's been things like that going on for years. I've seen people do it with all kinds of shit, and it's mainly gangs for initiations. So I don't know. I've never heard Brim. If it is, I've never heard it. Okay, cool. Well, let me know. Oh, over here we got tent cities galore over here. Like every woody area that has like a clearing in it, you'll find all kinds of tents. Whether it be people with drugs or a whole family. There's this one part not too far from, well, it's probably about a good maybe 10-minute drive from here, my house. And like there's like all woods around this one clearing, and it's like a family of, I'm gonna probably exaggerate, there's like 20 people there, if not more. Abraham, a flat strip of land, raised bank or terrace bordering a river or canal, a path or grass strip besides the road. You learn something every day. I didn't know that. Inky cursed. In Florida with what? What do you mean? She went missing from South Carolina, I thought, or Alabama. Or she went missing from South Carolina and was found in Alabama. I don't know. Looks can be very deceiving. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, so let me get back to the stories. Sorry. Sidetrack. I want to talk about the two that I'm going to do. We are going to go to. All right, let's share it out. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I wanted. I don't it down in Florida. No, no. She was talking about the movie she saw. The documentary. Yep, tent city. There's a lot of tent cities. Okay, hold on. Let me check this. Yeah, everywhere. Anywhere that you got a lot of poverty, you'll see it. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to find the one that I read that isn't after from when they got the parents got sentenced. There's a lot of things with this case. A social worker supposedly was bribed. It was disgusting. If you guys think the Wells was bad, this is horrible. Good morning, Pie. How are you, sweetheart? All right. So let me see. What the hell is this? Get off my screen. Documents describe deplorable cockroach infested Cleveland home where disappeared 5-year old lived. And he really wasn't, like I said, there was nothing brought up on him like an Amber Alert or anything like that because they already knew where this little baby was before they had the parents, what the hell? Before the parents pled guilty. Now, the brother of the boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend, is it showing? Um, is in the military, and he was overseas in Pakistan. Um, he was not on tour, but he was over there doing some work. I don't remember what he said, but here or there, he had called the law in Cleveland. Um, he called the police department in Cleveland and was, or maybe the 911 at first, and he was talking to them and said he needed to talk to a detective because he had some information that he needed to tell somebody. He's a military. By law, he's obligated to tell. Anybody is obligated to tell when they hear this type of information. Um, and he proceeded to say that his brother had called him and told him that him and his girlfriend or unalived the baby, but he didn't say how or why. All he said is that the baby was buried in the backyard of their house where they live now, or then, um, and that he needed to talk to somebody and see if it's true, do a well check on the kids, because this lady initially had 9 kids at this point in time. She did have a 10th one while she was in jail. But before the jail issue, she had 9 kids, 5 living with her, 4 in other people's custody. Now, as all this stuff was going, 2 of the other baby daddies was trying to get their kids. Now, mind you, 9 baby 9 baby daddies. Um, yeah, so the police go out to the house to do the well checkup, whatever the hell it's called, and ask about ask the mother if she had a baby with special needs. Good morning, Connie. And she was like, "Oh, Jordan, yeah, Jordan, yeah." They were asking her to make a list of all the kids, what when their birthdays was, and where. And she's like, all of them? Like, she was making jokes about it. Dude, you have fucking 9 kids by 9 different men. What is a joke about that? You were pretty busy, my dear. All right. So she started kind of like, like, you want me to make a list of all mom? So she started making a list, and the cop was asking her about the little boy. And she's like, oh, yeah, Jordan. Oh, yeah. He's at, he's at his dad's house in Texas. And they were like, "His dad lives in Texas." And she's like, "Yeah, we met on Facebook and we dated for like 2 years, but it was like a year and a half before we actually met each other. And he ended up coming up here, ended up getting pregnant. We got into a fight and he went back to Texas." End of story. Right? No. So she said he was with the baby, with his dad in Texas and his family. They asked for the phone number. She said, "Oh, well, he's just getting a new phone number. He's changing numbers, so he said he'll call me with a new one." What about an address? She's like, I don't have one offhand, but I can call somebody to see if they know the addresses. And the cop was like, so you let your kid go with this man to Texas and not know where he's at, not be able to talk to him, nothing. You allowed your kid to go to Texas and not have a phone number nor address in case you needed to get a hold of them, or in case, just to keep up with your kid. We know this is a lie, but I'm getting frustrated because I would never allow my child, even if it was her blood dad, to take her out of state and not know anything about her, not know where she's going to be, not have a phone number for her. All right. So she gave him a list of whatever and stuff, and they were kind of uneasy about not having the information for Jordan, the special needs kid that they went over there specifically to see. So they leave because they seen all the other kids were fine or there, and they go into talk to the detectives, tell the detectives what they heard, and they went over there and did this and did this. Well, the boyfriend was already in jail. He was in jail for child support on his own kid. None of her kids that are born are his, but his own kid, he owed child support. So they locked him up for 6 months. So this was in October that all this went on with her and the cops. So they kept an eye on her all through October, all through November, and partial way through December. Um, let's get back to this. I think there's an audio. If there's an audio, I'll play it. So it's a lot easier than me talking because I sound like an ass. Hate. Here's the link for the article that I'm about to read or listen to. If I can find it. If this thing don't move out of my way, I don't think there is audio. Usually it lets you know on the top. All right, so I will read it. Okay. Documents describe deplorable confess at Cleveland home where disappeared 5-year-old lived. Should I say where a 5-year-old that disappeared lived? Social workers described the home they were in described the home where investigators found the body of a young child in the backyard as deplorable and infested with cockroaches, rats, court documents. Jordan Rodriguez, a 5-year-old who disappeared possibly as long as 2 months ago, lived at a home with 8 siblings, including one who ate a sandwich filled with cockroaches. As Cleveland police officers began investigating the boy's disappearance on Monday. Now, mind you guys, it's December 19th from 2017. The description of the home was included in documents filled Tuesday with Cuyahoga County Juvenile Court asking for the county to take emergency custody of the other children living with Larissa Rodriguez, who was arrested on suspicion of murder and Jordan's death. The court records say the emergency custody requested was granted. Ouch. Granted, Cuyahoga County spokeswoman Madigan said. Investigators on Monday went into the home on West 80th Street between Detroit and Lake Avenues. They reported the home was in deplorable and unsanitary conditions, the court records say. The FBI, Cleveland Police, and Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner found the body Tuesday consistent with a young child buried in the backyard. Cleveland Police spokeswoman Sergeant Jennifer, I cannot pronounce that name. I'm not going to try. Larissa was taken from her parents' home as a child, according to the court records. Her parents allowed her to live with her then boyfriend who attacked her in December 1998. Larissa was 15, according to the court records. Her parents refused to let her back in the home and refused to provide care and support for their child. Wow, that's kind of fucked up. Larissa's mother, Emma Rojas, was killed in July of '07, Ana Rodriguez, Larissa's sister. Rojas was stabbed 15 times by her then boyfriend Juan Mateo after she flirted with another man during a party. She stumbled to a nearby pharmacy and collapsed. The brother of Larissa's Rodriguez's boyfriend, Christopher Rodriguez, no relation between these two, would they just have the same last name? Reported to police on Monday that that the couple found Jordan unresponsive and buried him in the backyard 2 months ago. Ana Rodriguez, dressed as gaggle of reporters gathered outside their home and said that Jordan was subjected to beatings and that he lived in danger. She said the boy could not speak as a result of developmental disabilities. If you would like to comment on this post, so that was this one. There's a lot on this little boy, y'all. Like, it is crazy. So I'm gonna tell you what they did. They let the boyfriend. Dude, stop. They let the boyfriend believe that they were gonna release him on come here, on like good behavior or whatever, or because they paid or whatever, and they trumped him with these charges on the day that they said they were going to release him. So he never got out. But let me tell you some more of the story. So she got food stamps for these kids and sold damn near all of them to make sure the man in jail had money to call her, had money to buy food in there, to buy personal hygiene products. They give you that shit. You can get that shit for free. I don't want to say free because they do charge you every day that you are in jail. They do charge you a fee. Um, seen many people come out and say, "What the hell am I paying jail for? Like, I really wanted you to lock me up. Like, it's a hotel. I gotta pay for it. Damn." I was like, "Hey, you were there the other day and a place to sleep. Shut up." So anyway, um, so yeah, and she every bit of money she was collecting money, Social Security for the little boy that was alive, and she continued collecting this money. All that money, not all of it, because she did pay the bills, which she had to pay, and she put like I think it was like $160 every time she got child support on his books or in an account for him to have the phone. I'm gonna show you a picture of this little baby. He was so adorable, y'all. Just a peanut. He was so cute. Look at that cutie pie. Now, when they would beat him so that nobody heard this baby cry, they would shove dirty socks in his mouth. And you even hear it on some of the jail phone calls between them two. Like before she got arrested, um, the boyfriend would tell her to shove dirty socks in the other kids' mouths. And then he said to tell her, not her oldest boy that was living there, the next oldest, the next youngest boy. He told her to tell him that he was next. Next for what? No, he never really came out and said what happened to Jordan, but he was really upset when he thought that she had to move out of that house because if they moved out of that house, they were definitely going to find that baby. Um, but if anybody at when they all were questioning the kids and stuff, the kids thought that he was with. There were some that thought he was with his dad, and then there was a couple that thought he was with an aunt because her one of her sisters has a autistic boy herself. So sometimes she would get this little boy and get the oldest girl and take him to her house. Um, she has two sisters, Anna and Michelle. Um, I want to say Michelle is the one that you can't tell if you can trust. But then Anna is one that like, damn, why didn't she get custody of the kids? Why didn't she, like, why weren't they letting her have the kids more often? It was like two of the little girls, or no, I'm sorry, one of the little girls, not the baby, because she had one. It was like 1 year old to, I think the oldest was 12 or 13, and they had the oldest one. The oldest girl so brainwashed, y'all. Like the boyfriend, all he had to do is say strong arm, and she would go wipe it on one of these kids, whatever kid he told her to, because she was scared she was going to get her ass beat if she didn't do it. Now, let me show you the picture of the mom and dad, or the mom and boyfriend, because they are not even worth the space they got him in. Stop. This is the mother and the boyfriend. How lovely can they be? Don't they just look so cute together? Well, guess what? He's in prison for 28 years and she's in prison for 25 years. But he's in prison for the murder. She's in prison for the fraud. And uh, I think she got child abuse, a bunch of child abuse crap. But I didn't tell you about the food stamps. The best part, she was selling them to her church, somebody at church that was like a counselor, I guess, somebody that would help her and um, recommend things or, you know, point her in the right direction to go with the kids and crap. Yeah. So this was the lady that she was selling her food stamps to every month. So that lady also got charged too for buying the food stamps. And she got fired from her job because for not reporting the unsanitary conditions that the kids were living in. It's just like really horrible. And I don't know what it is with Ohio, but Ohio is having some horrible shit happen to kids here lately. Um, I've seen so many things with Ohio. Like my second story is from Ohio as well. I don't know what I like. It's just right. I know it's this window. I wanted to sit in my pretty chair. So yeah, they ended up having her getting 28 years, or him getting 28 years, and her getting 25 years. And they both were sentenced in 2018. But I will do more of the story in the podcast. I will add things into it. But for right now, RIP, little man. Rest in peace. To the next one. We're going to move right on to it. So, This is 11-year-old to Collins. Good morning, Victoria. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, you're good, sweetie. This boy went through. I'm going to say this because I know it to be true. This kid went through more hell than that little 5-year-old did, and I mean from birth up until his passing away, because he got took from his mother for child abuse and got stuck with his father and ended up getting unalived. So cute. Yeah, he was 10 years old at a at the time of his passing. He was about to be 11. Um, let's see. I don't know if they show a picture of his real mom. I've never seen the picture of his real mom. But this is the asshole that's supposed to be his father. That man could never be a dad because, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can be a father. But it takes a real special person to be a dad. And he was no shape, no way, no shape, no form, a dad. I don't even want to call him a father. He was just the sperm donor. Because what him, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's sister did to this little boy was just crazy. Let's see. What is this? Can't see it. Okay, I have no idea what I'm reading. So let me go back over here. Must not be anything. It's something about they're suing the hospital for wrongful death and shit like that. But if I'm not mistaken, he was already passed away before he got to the hospital. And this is the coroner's report. Montgomery County coroner has released the cause of death of Dakota Collins as blunt force trauma in combination with compressive asphyxia and water submersion in the which was the bathtub. The death has been ruled a homicide. The matter is under investigation by DN police. That's crazy, y'all. See, I didn't read all of this stuff. A lot of this stuff I'm just learning with y'all. I didn't. I watched a couple videos on it, but it was more their interrogations than actually what's going on. Prosecutors detail abuse and suffering by Dakota comes ahead of sentencing hearing. This is from 2021. He had dreads when he first got arrested. God, that kid looked just like him. And he never called him a little boy. He always called him a man. How is a 10-year-old a man? And to 10-year-old Dakota Collins' last hours of life, he was punched, elbowed, and laid on his stomach. His father stood on his back, forced all of his weight, and crushed the boy. That's according to the memorandum filed by prosecutors in the case Tuesday against 32-year-old Al Mahat. I can't say his middle name, McLean, ahead of his sentencing hearing Wednesday. The pages described in horrific detail the torture and abuse authorities say Dakota suffered before McLean killed him in 2019. Prosecutors of the murder reiterated their position that Dakota lived in hellish conditions. They said that the details were provided by McLean's girlfriend, Amanda Hines, and her sister, Jennifer Eber, as police investigated the boy's death and the actions alleged matched the injuries doctors found on Dakota after he died. Prosecutors said after hitting Dakota and standing on him, McLean had Dakota stand in a punishment pose as he went downstairs to watch TV, but they said that the father wasn't finished. Prosecutors said McLean called Dakota derogatory names and poured hot sauce on Dakota's backside. Gross. What the fuck's wrong with us, man? Still not satisfied that Dakota was significantly compliant, defendant McLean threw the child around some more and grabbed him by the ears and dragged him down the steps. Miranda said defendant took the child into the bathroom and told him to clean his shorts. When Dakota again did not move fast enough, he was told to move faster or he was going to be drowned. Defendant Ebert from the living room then heard splashing and Dakota gasping for air. Montgomery County Coroner's Office, Dakota's death was a homicide, ruling he died by blunt force trauma in combination with the compressive asphyxiation. I cannot friggin' read. And the forced submission and in the bathtub. McLean has pleaded guilty to charges of murder, rape, kidnapping, and child endangerment, and will be sentenced to life in prison. A Montgomery County judge will decide when McLean will become eligible for parole at Wednesday's hearing. As part of the plea agreement, McLean will face at least 40 years behind bars before becoming eligible for parole and could face 51 years before the case is heard by the parole board. God, what's the point of even getting out if you're going to be there for 51 years? Might as well stay in there till you die. Prosecutors asked Montgomery County Judge Dennis Atkins to sentence McLean to maximum punishment, saying that a doctor who reviewed the case said Dakota's bruising was the type of injury typically observed in catastrophic events like severe car accident. Shit. Damn that poor little boy. Meanwhile, McLean's defense attorney, Michael Burr, also filed sentencing memorandum asking the court to sentence McLean to the maximum possible sentence, 40 years to life in prison. The defense argued information gathered against McLean, Hines, and Ebert isn't reliable and describes Dakota's hours. Final hours differently, saying that the child had behavioral issues and inflicted a lot of the injuries on himself. So there you go. The parents are deflecting and blaming it on the child. What the hell is wrong with people? So you're going to tell me that his behavioral issues were so bad that he injured himself, like shoving things up his butt? Yeah, you heard me right. There's a part in here. I don't know if it's going to be in this, But there is in the video of him saying that the kid stuck something up his rear end and wouldn't pull it out. Fucking idiot. It says McLean did get angry when Dakota spanked him and threw him around before Dakota started having difficulty breathing. Al, without reservations, accepts his actions and resulted in death of his son. The document said he does not forgive himself nor point blame towards anyone else. He does, however, express concern for narratives being offered by others, either vilifying him based upon the false history or recreating their own false history of the involvement with his son. Hines and Ebert will also be sentenced on Wednesday. The sisters have pled guilty to manslaughter and child endangerment charges. Let me tell you about these two. There was a live feed up in the basement where they kept this kid. They locked him in the basement. This kid, to get away one day, jumped out not the basement, the attic. I'm sorry, the top, not the bottom. They locked him in the attic. He jumped out of the attic window to the ground and did not get up quick enough and try to run before he was caught and brought back into that house. Now they hardly let him eat anything. He said it would take him 20 hours just to eat like some ramen noodles. Maybe it's because he didn't want to be up in that damn attic by himself. It's a shame because not only did he have custody of his kid, his mom also left custody of his little brother in his care as well. But his little brother not once, ever, ever had anything happen to him. But these two women, sure enough, while he was locked in this attic, while he was locked in the attic, there was no bathroom, barely ate anything. So it said that he would defecate on himself and consume it. So he didn't get in trouble for it because they would not let him go to the bathroom. It was like maybe once or twice a day he was let out of the attic. And that the reason why they say they stuck him up there is because of his behavioral issues and because he stunk so bad because he would just supposedly take feces and just rub it all over everything. It's just gross. Like there was times he was locked in that attic completely naked. Oh, so there was like cameras up in the attic, right? And they had it hooked to a monitor downstairs. So they seen everything that he was doing in that attic. And if the dad wasn't there, when the dad would come home, then two women would report what they seen him doing, try to help him in not any type of fashion. Like they allowed it all to go on. Now the sister, not the girlfriend is Amanda, blonde head. The sister is Jennifer. She has dark hair. Now they kind of like brainwashed her and kind of had control over her as well. Like they took her phone away because she had told her friend that she was going to run away. The fuck are you running away? You're a grown ass adult. Walk out that fucking door. Leave. Bye. But you stayed there and watched what these two people did to this kid. Allowed it because you didn't want to leave your dog. It's some bullshit with this story, y'all. This story is a lot worse than the last one. The last one is gross and just when I do the podcast video, you guys will hear the phone calls. So stop. So you'll hear what goes on. This one is even 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Yeah. All right. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, so these two cases are going to be on my other channel plus the Spotify podcast and more depth, more detail. We will have some audio from both jail interrogation videos, and for the first one, we will do some jailhouse phone calls. I don't think I have any of this one jailhouse phone calls, but I do have the other one because I know the dad was arrested the day of, and it took like a week or so before the girl was arrested. So, yep, that's what I've been doing here lately. Why I haven't, like really haven't been live or really haven't done too much because I have been doing research on these two. Ah, the old man finally get back to me. Did Maisie come in, y'all? I agree with you, Arctic. Some people just need to be sterilized at birth. Like, you do not need to reproduce. But we can't just blame the father. Like I said, the bio mom wasn't any better. The baby was took from her care before placed with him. Well, I'm glad you were listening. Yeah, these cases are just horrible. I don't know. I just happened to be just plundering around one day and found it, and I was like, "What the hell?" I just can't believe some of the shit that people do for real. Um, Let me see. There, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys get a taste of the jailhouse phone calls that I have of the first case. Well, hello, Don. Welcome in too, honey. Um, Library. Goodness gracious, I'm gonna harm puppies if they don't shut up. All right, so let's listen to some of these shitty ass phone calls. I don't listen to too much. We're gonna see which one is it.
Educational, and general interest purposes only. The information in this video is not intended to
Oh,
shock,
what am I doing?
entertain, or
Shut up.
otherwise provoke the viewer. The sole
My bad.
like coffee creamer. He put the coffee creamer inside a cup. Charlie doing too much. This is a free call.
Can you guys hear it? All right, hold on. I don't know why it's not working. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it on here on my computer so you guys can hear it.
Get your asses up here, Nick.
Tell that little brat to shut up. She's screaming for no fucking reason, and that's all dumbass's fault.
Back to that boy's house. She's just been a crybaby. Get up there. So when he brought it back home and gave it to me, this one thought it was hers. I said, let me tell you, yeah, Jake, she may be the only one, but over here, that's Mimi. Bubba gave it to me.
Right. Yep.
Everything is not yours.
Yep. Well, I've noticed it too. She's starting to get jealous of Mimi. And it's because of that dumbass. I love you so much. Like, man, you just don't understand.
Jimmy, I'm not dealing with y'all too. Get your asses up here, Nick.
Shut up. She's screaming for no fucking reason, and that's all dumbass's fault.
Back to that boy's house. She's just been a crybaby.
That drives me crazy. He said wow. Here's the 911 call.
Only seen these kids like one time, so I couldn't tell you who they are, what it is about. But he told me that the boy was unresponsive. And I was like, okay. Well, he's like, well, this kid had a lot of problems. Like he had like one lung and one kidney, and I don't even know if that part is true because I don't know these kids because he's only been with this girl maybe 2 years, and I've been like overseas the whole time. So I only really met her like maybe once or twice in my life. You know?
What is your brother's address?
That's the thing. I don't know his address. I can get you Christopher Rodriguez, and I think you can pull it up that way.
C. Christopher, with the K or C.
Oh, what a C. What a C. Doesn't the story just sound crazy, though? It sounds absolutely insane, right?
Can you spell Rodriguez?
It's a common spelling. Rodriguez.
Okay, do you know his date of birth?
Yeah, it's 1/12/80. No, I'm sorry, it's not 1/12 at all. I'm about to give you my birthday. It should be 8/11/81, but sometimes it's 8/12/81, so it's one of the two. Because basically, I know it is 8/12, but I know his birth certificate at one point said 8/11, so I don't know which one.
Okay, do you know?
It really goes off of.
Do you know his girlfriend's name?
Yeah, his girlfriend's name is Larissa Rodriguez. We're not married. She just has last name and her name is L-A-R. I think it's L-A-R-R-I-S-S-A or it's L-A-R-I-S-S-A. Now, mind you, right now he's actually locked up, I think, in Medina County for child support. So he's already. Now, mind you, I don't even know if this is true. I really don't. I just know he told me. I couldn't sleep. And I was just like, yo, you need to.
So
why
when
didn't you
did this
call the
supposed
cops?
to happen?
He didn't really give me an exact time frame. He just made it seem like it was like months ago, and that's why I was really mad because I was like, I thought he kind of told me like within a day or so, and I was like, wait, you mean this is months ago? And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, what on earth would make you not call
When
the
did he
ambulance?
tell you that? When was it that he told you that? When did he tell you that?
He told me right before he went in jail. I don't know if that was a couple weeks ago or whatever it was. Whenever he got locked up, that's when he told me. But I didn't, mind you, I didn't really believe him. I was like, there's no way this is true. And then he got locked up the next day, so I could never really confirm whether or not what he told me was either a lie or it was true. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like it needs to at least be looked into because I really don't feel he's at fault, and maybe I'm being biased because that's my brother. Because what kind of mother would bury her kid in the backyard? I don't know what kind of mother would do that. I don't want anybody to possibly turn him in.
I mean, we've had things like that happen before. I really, really do appreciate your call and you standing up for what's right.
Oh man, it's just because it's just a sad situation because I know, and he was crying when he told me, and that's what made me kind of believe his sincerity. But I was never able to verify directly. But I know I couldn't sleep at night, and I was like.
That's the brother calling in the 911 call. Like you said, he's overseas. This mother had a record of dating every guy that she had a kid with for 2 years. And within 2 years, it ended. But I commend this brother. You know what I'm saying? He called the law. The brother that was a part of it is sitting in jail. You know he's going fucking crazy because when at first he was in there for child support, non-payment. Now he's in there for child support and some. Let's listen to some more of it.
Man, you know what? And then when I told this person, I was like, hey, what do you think? And they're like, oh, I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, well, man, I was like, I told them, like, hey, I'm getting ready to come back maybe within, I could literally be in Cleveland maybe on Wednesday if everything goes well.
Okay.
With my flight and everything. And I was going to
Right.
just do it in person, but I was like, I'm not going to have that happen and not come for me. And I even told him, too, like, before he went to, when we finally got locked up, I said, hey, man, hearing the story from you directly, he's like, I can take a lie detector test. I know I didn't hurt that kid, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I can prove that. That's a fact. He said, when I came home, the kid was already dead. And I was like, are you serious right now? And then, like, the phone hung up, and then he had to go to court, and then they violated his probation for something. I don't know. And then he ended up going to go to jail for, I think, 90 days for child support.
We're going to have the police check it out, okay? And they try to get.
And he told me, all he told me was that the kid was buried in the backyard. Now, that's all I know. And she had so many
backyard.
kids. Yeah, right in his backyard. And that's all he said. He's like, we buried him in the backyard. But the kid in question, I don't know what his name is, but I guess he has a lot of problems. So I guess the only way to really figure it out is figure out how many kids she actually has, and then figure out which one's missing. Because what he did tell me that made me kind of believe his story was he told him and his girlfriend told the older kid that he was staying with her sister, who also has a special needs kid, and that way they don't question it. You see what I'm saying? Like this, and I was like, it just
Okay, so they
I don't know.
They may think that he's with her sister. Right.
Exactly. So
Right.
the older kids might actually think, hey, this, he's with his.
Okay.
So they might not question things.
And here's when the law went looking for the baby.
I'm trying to. Is it a door to the front here? Yeah. All right.
Now, mind you, she's on Section 8, too.
Adam 11 and just for info.
Go ahead.
Per the caller, this is an update that we just got. Per the caller, stating that the child was possibly buried a couple of months ago.
Okay, copy that. On the update on our end, there's nothing in the rear looks to be disturbed. So we have somebody at the door right now. So step by.
Yeah.
7222 to channel 2.
She's got 5 kids.
7222.
Are your kids here?
I need keys at West 41.
You mind if you step in?
At West 41. For a 3-car accident.
Okay.
There's a semi involved.
We have one about a 4 or 5-year-old.
Facing the wrong way. Code 1.
How old are your children?
4?
Okay.
He just turned 4.
24.
Is it a boy? A girl?
A
What?
little boy,
A boy. What's the boy's name?
Anthony.
Okay. See if you can get a name.
Is there anything?
Well, we got a call want us to check on the well-being of the 5-year-old, 4 to 5-year-old kid.
All my kids are good.
Okay. What can we see?
They're like,
Okay, I believe you.
don't want me mad. But I have them all taken out in my.
Okay. Okay.
Negative, just
My
on the
oldest
brother
one,
of a
she's right
Christopher
there.
Rodriguez and his girlfriend, Larissa Rodriguez.
Let me know. Fine.
All right. Hello, kids. All right. All right. All right.
Apparently Larissa has...
What's your name, Mel?
Apparently Larissa has 9 other children, and she told the other...
Is there, I mean, a reason why?
Hold on. Do you have any ID or anything?
Yeah.
She got 5 kids. She said she has 9.
It's like 4 in that room up there. Watch the walls. How many kids do you have, man?
I have 9 altogether,
Okay.
but I have some that don't live with me. But these are the ones that do live with me.
Okay.
Where's Christopher at?
He's in jail. He's been in jail
In jail.
for child support. He's been in there since like October.
Was he here when the dog bit the lady?
Yeah.
That
I
was him,
think
right?
so.
Is that him?
Yeah. But he hasn't even been there.
No.
He's been in Medina County.
I mean, I don't see the. Haven't seen a mesh. I guess they don't show the mess.
That's why I was surprised when my son came down and said, Mommy, the police are here. I said, huh?
So Christopher's been in jail for how long?
Since October.
Since October.
Yeah. He's been in Medina County. He's been there October 25th.
What's his last name?
Huh?
What's Christopher's last name?
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your husband?
No, we're not legally married.
Gotcha. He's in jail in Medina?
Yeah. He's in Medina County. He's been in there since October 25th. October 24th, October 25th, something like that.
Do you have a child with special needs?
Oh, Jordan? Yes, I do.
How old is Jordan?
Jordan, he is just turned 5.
Where's Jordan at?
He's with his dad. He's going to be visiting for the holiday. He's not here with us right now, for the holiday.
Where's Dad at?
In Texas. He's not even here. Is that who you guys are pertaining to?
Maybe, possibly.
What was the call mainly about?
Just checking the welfare.
Oh. I get these all the time because I got ignorant ones who want to sit there call on me.
Do you know, what's his dad's name, Jordan? Do you have a number to practically reach that?
We need a list of
Not
all your
right
kids'
now.
names.
A list? Can I get a pen and paper?
Sure. Or you could tell me.
Here, I'll write it down
First-
because it's a light.
But yeah, that's what we have to look for when I do the podcast. Be a whole bunch more. Well, I'm going to get off here and end this. So y'all have a great day. And be kind to somebody. You never know what your smile will do for the next person. With that being said, I love you. And I'll see y'all later.